That was not a deranged opinion I would have liked to see. That's no.
Did that really just happen?
I gotta pee. I'll be back.
OJ knife joke, and they're like, "Hey, buddy, he's paid his dues." You know what? Actually, they're right. Doesn't make sense. You know what's probably better? Don't let somebody tell you themselves. They're probably gonna lie. References. Because everyone's gonna say they're a good guy. Maybe you know if a guy is good if a different good guy gives him a vouch.
There's a guy I'd like to really thank here that people don't thank enough, but there's a kindly, wonderful, gentle man that we all deeply love. His name is Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein gets a gun. You know what? This isn't gonna work. We're not gonna be able to define good guys, so let's just focus on maybe keeping guns away from bad guys. Like terrorists, they shouldn't have guns.
A loophole in federal gun laws allows suspected terrorists to buy guns here in the U.S., and they have.
What the fuck? If you're on the terrorist watch list, you can have a gun? Okay. Well, what about registered sex offenders? It turns out sex offenders apparently also need guns. So we obviously can't agree on who the good guys are, and we can't seem to agree on who the bad guys are. So what are we supposed to do here? It's not a sci-fi Tom Cruise movie where we have some magical premonition of which bad guys are about to commit a violent crime and can intervene in the crime before it's too late. Or is it?
I'm gonna start banning people who say, watching from EU, Omega Lol. We get it, bro. Okay? We get it, dude. Why are you fucking flexing? Why? Why are you flexing in the chat? Do you think it's appropriate? Huh? Is that funny? It's like your friend got in a car accident and has to walk around with crutches, and you're out here tap dancing in front of him like, look at me. Look at me. I am living in the EUs, and it's very funny to me. Maybe later I will get some health care. Yeah, guess what, dude? We're watching from here, okay? And it's not good. Ooh, look at me, eh? I'm watching from Canada. If I was Canada, I would not be fucking talking shit. Because your proximity to our fucking brain rot is so close, dude. All you need to do is just wait for some fucking gun manufacturers to be like, we should be selling small arms to Canadians, and then literally fucking decide to put their tentacles into Canada and destroy your country from within in a similar capacity. You know? Just wait, dude. Just wait. You're way too fucking close. You're way too close to us to be talking shit. That's all I'm saying, okay? You know my memes become dreams, okay? You know my memes become reality. If I was Canada, I wouldn't be talking shit. That's all I'm going to say. Look at what we did to Mexico.
It appears a domestic dispute led to the massacre at a Texas church that left at least 26 people dead. The gunman, Devin Kelly, had a history of domestic violence.
The GOP shooting at the baseball diamond. He had a history of domestic violence.
Reports of domestic abuse, domestic violence.
Domestic violence complaints against him.
And an allegation of domestic violence.
History of domestic violence.
6 arrests for domestic violence.
Domestic violence.
Remember, it's supposed to be illegal for him to have a gun.
Violence.
Buy a gun.
20 years old and already has a domestic violence history.
Domestic violence offender.
Yeah, talking mad shit for someone within lobbying distance. It wouldn't be all that hard to fucking start selling small arms, okay? I'm just saying, dude, you better fucking watch it. Before you know it, those surplus of fucking weapons, the small arms that we create out here, that we fucking manufacture out here, oh no, don't you know? Going across the border to Snowtown. That's right.
It turns out domestic violence is a predictor for gun violence. In fact, there's a study that suggests a felony domestic violence conviction is the single greatest predictor of future violent crime among men. This is our
Fun fact, good time to remind people that study conducted, the last study that was ever conducted on this, actually, you'll figure out why they stopped it, showed that 40% of cops are domestic abusers, which is, of course, 4 times the rate of domestic abuse in society. So, you know, 40% of cops. If you were to, you know, disarm 40% of cops, I mean, that's pretty good, actually. Maybe we should apply the law.
sci-fi movie.
Oh yeah, that was self-reported. 40% of cops that self-reported domestic violence.
Because if we simply kept guns away from domestic violence offenders, we could potentially stop 60% of mass shootings, 30% of child firearm deaths, more than 50% of women, 65%, 75%. Okay, I'm sorry, fuckload. Every 14 hours, an American woman.
What? I did not know this. Every 14 hours, an American woman is shot dead by an intimate partner? Shut the fuck up. What? I gotta look further into that. That is a fucking, that's bananas, dude. That is bananas, dude. Every year, more than 600. Oh my God. Oh my God. Every year, more than 600 women are shot dead by their fucking partners. Roughly coming to about 14, once every 14 hours. That's 600, not statistically relevant. I mean, that's just gunshots, dude. That's crazy. That's surprising it's not more. What do you mean there are 60,000 gun deaths per year? Yeah, we are a big country. That's why women are so into true crime. Got to think about how they might defend themselves. I won't reveal who said this, but once a friend of mine told me that we were talking about why everybody like loves the fucking the Gabby Petito story, or like why women love true crime. And a friend of mine who I will not reveal, don't try to figure out who it is, made a really interesting assessment, okay? He said, men have idiotic fantasies where we think we're going to be like, you know, doing Steven Seagal shit with guns, where we're going to stop a school shooter. Like, it doesn't even fucking matter. That's our fantasy. And I believe that women have a similar fantasy where they get murdered and they are super pretty and they get murdered and everyone says, look at how pretty she was. And everyone talks about them over and over again. over the course of a month, like the Gabby Petito case. And that's part of the reason why stop fucking trying to figure out who it is. I'm not going to tell you because it's a fucking controversial take. That's exactly what Bernie talked about in the essay libs love to rag on him for. Like, that is what the underlying assumption is. Maybe it's a bad take. I don't know. It seems like it is. A lot of people are throwing up fucking question marks in the chat. Kind of weird you outed Austin about this. Okay, guys, shut the fuck up. I mean, I can't say I don't do that. I don't know. It's not about being murdered, by the way. Also, disavow the comment. Yes, I disavow it. It's not about being murdered. The point is that everyone talks about you and everyone talks about how fucking pretty and nice you were and how horrible this crime was. That's like a Jordan Peterson level take, by the way. People talking about your murder for a while only applies to white women. Yeah, that's what we're talking about right now. But yeah, it's like at the same level of like fantasy. Hell no, that's kind of insulting, Lamau. Okay, well, now we know. Comes from a narcissist's mind who think everyone wants to be famous. Why? What is the reason why women love true crime? I wonder. Because it does not make sense to me at all. I feel like you're under constant threat. Like it's a very real situation for you. So it's kind of weird to like consistently and constantly watch like shit that can happen to you literally at every date. Like every fucking date. Everyone loves true crime, but especially women love true crime. That comes from men only caring about women dying when they're pretty as a male fantasy, not a female fantasy. Must feel good watching people get caught for it, though. Like I feel like I wouldn't want to if I had that fear every day of my life, I feel like I just wouldn't want to fucking watch it all the time. You know what I mean? Because that's a legitimate fucking fear. Every 14 hours, an American woman is shot dead by an intimate partner, as we found out. So we could look for the warning signs and possibly be able to avoid them. Called morbid curiosity. Yeah, that makes sense. My take, we already feel like we're in danger and need to be on the lookout, so we think we may learn how to not be the next victim. Okay, let's keep going.
Woman is shot dead by an intimate partner. You might not care about any of that. And if you're the type of person who doesn't care about any of that, I do think I know an area that may speak to you more.
2 police officers shot and killed responding to a domestic violence call.
A rookie police officer was gunned down responding to a domestic violence call.
Shot and killed early this morning, responding to a domestic violence call.
Shot and killed while responding to a domestic violence call.
What the fuck is that flag, bro?
Responding to a domestic violence call.
Shot and killed.
It's like, wait, what flag is this? Is that the Arizona flag? The Arizona flag is literally the rising sun flag? What the fuck? No way, dude. The imperialist power of the of the land of the rising sun of Arizona. What the fuck? The Arizona Empire, dude. Oh, that's great. Rising sun and a 5-point star. Looks like SE Asian country, Southeast Asian country. Rising sun flag, one of the best flags aesthetic wise. Yeah, I do kind of hate that like Nazis ruined the swastika and the Imperial Japan ruined the fucking rising sun, because aesthetically speaking, it's like there is like a like it's how do I describe it? Like devoid of all of the implications. It's like aesthetically pleasing. You know what I mean? Of course, it's fucking awful, you know, and you know what I mean. Like, obviously, if it wasn't a fucking cool symbol, the Nazis wouldn't have used it and bastardized and abused it. Fascists are historically very, very fucking aware of aesthetics. Intentionally, by the way. That's like literally the purpose. Why are you saying, oh, no, fascists love aesthetics. They love marketing. What the fuck do you mean?
While responding to a domestic violence call.
Responding to a domestic violence call.
Shot and killed in the line of duty. They were reportedly responding to a domestic violence call.
It turns out removing guns from domestic violence offenders also backs the blue. Between 2015 and 2016, domestic dispute calls made up 41% of all fatal.
Going back to the vid, not giving weapons to domestic abusers most likely won't stop them from killing them. In my country, guns are heavily regulated. A woman is still killed every 33 hours or so. Misogyny transcends the guns. Guys, I don't think a single person thinks that, like, having less guns is going to solve all the problems. If there are people like that, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not one of them. Okay? Restricting access to guns just makes it harder, okay? That's the point. Like, that's the point is you restrict access to guns and you regulate it heavily so it's harder to kill people, okay? If knives were as successful as fucking M4s at murking motherfuckers, the U.S. Army would be running down the fucking streets like House Atreides. Okay? When they go into Iraq, they'd be going like House Atreides with their fucking, knives. But that's not the case. There you go. That's a Dune reference, motherfucker. That's right. When a woman is in an abusive relationship and the batterer has a firearm, the woman's risk of death is significantly higher. Yeah. It's harder to enter America than it is to get a gun. Man, U.S. got this shit in reverse. Yeah.
Fatal police calls. For police, domestic violence calls are the single most dangerous calls that they respond to. It's why we're letting these wife-beating cop killers get away with literal mass murder.
Okay, but wife-beating cop killers. Well, some of the fucking cops are the wife beaters too. You know what I'm saying? Coffee Dave, thank you for the 5. Get the subs.
And why is the Lifetime channel the only network covering this phenomenon 24 hours a day? Oh, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, I hope you get out. You guys saw that one too, right? It's entertaining, but I saw it coming. We treat domestic violence like it's a tampon commercial. Ignore the blood. Pay attention to the dancing women in the white shorts. They're smiling. It's springtime. Everything's fine. By the way, the law already says domestic violence offenders can't have guns. If we just enforced that law, we would prevent other types of gun violence, the kind that actually makes the news. It's not a solution, but it's a real harm reduction model for gun violence. Unless, of course, Mr. NRA, you have a better solution on the table?
Arm America's women.
Go fuck yourself.
I mean, that's literally what. Yep. Yep. It's so good. So fucking good, dude. It's me.